In the last video on meditation, I talked about how meditation is watching, well, basically just watching our thoughts, our feelings, sensations, and just letting them gallop off, so to speak, like horses. In other words, we're not tied to them, we're not letting them drag us around. We just watch them go by. Then what? What's left when you don't take anything you're thinking and feeling seriously? What's left when you let go of everything? It may seem like the answer would be nothing, or a sort of cold, inhuman blankness. And you might be encouraged in this idea if you've heard spirituality described as things like dying to the world, or Buddhists refer to ultimate reality as the void or emptiness. Luckily, the idea of spirituality as boring nothingness is wrong. The poet Charles Simic wrote, "The world doesn't end. Something always happens. Thoughts and feelings keep arising. Life keeps unfolding." But with a spiritual practice, the way life unfolds and the quality of those thoughts and feelings shift in ways that are somehow both subtle and profound. So you may be wondering, okay, how? How will my life change? This is where the idea of the void comes in, and where masters go silent. The details of your unique unfolding, the truth of who you are, can't be told to you by anyone. It isn't written in any book. Rather, spirituality is a blank book, and you are the writer. So the master who tells you what to do or expect isn't a master. Even you don't know exactly what you'll write in your book. Not until you start writing. This is because any ideas you have about your unfolding arise from your current habitual thinking. And the habitual thinking of almost every adult is so powerful and automatic that we apply it to anything we're introduced to, including spirituality. We think we are already experts, so to speak. We think we already know. So if, for example, we're told that spirituality will lead us to love, we'll immediately think we know what love is. We may imagine love involves sacrifice, or is somehow tainted by sex, or that it must conform to any number of associations we have to it based on what our parents or partners or Jordan Peterson have told us. Spirituality cultivates what the Zen master Shunryu Suzuki called beginner's mind. It invites us to stop automatically telling our same old stories about reality. Western culture offers us many stories about reality that are accepted as true by large numbers of people. We call these stories ideas, or sometimes explanations. This is where a lot of our habitual thinking comes from. And these ideas are offered to us by all sorts of persuasive sources, like scientists, religious authorities, maybe economists, politicians, or various influencers. The source of many of our most widespread ideas, though, are kind of hard to pinpoint. The idea, for example, that there's something noble about struggle seems to just be kind of out there in the cultural atmosphere. Now, if we look to our culture for guidance on how to live our lives, we have to sort through a huge tangle of all these various ideas. This is difficult not only because there's so many, but because so many of them contradict each other. Most of us don't consciously register they're doing this difficult work of sorting through swarms of often clashing ideas, but it's nonetheless exhausting and nerve-wracking. We're told, for example, to be nice, but also urged to get ahead and be successful. Sex, we are by turns led to believe, is healthy, fun, immoral, or political. We get the impression that making money is what it's all about, but also that being rich makes you shallow. Our scientists tell us that reality is ultimately uncaring, but that for some reason we should still care. Western culture talks at us a lot, but it doesn't talk coherently. If it were an orchestra, its music would be dissonant. This dissonant music is like the soundtrack of our lives. It rattles our souls. Even if you could come up with a list of consistent guiding ideas from our culture, those ideas would be abstract. They couldn't speak to your particular mind, heart, and circumstances. No nice idea or piece of advice or system of thought, book, science, religion, or philosophy knows about the unique person you are in the unique moment you're in. And yet, a unique person meeting a unique moment is the only thing our lives are made of. You, insert your name here, are always meeting a moment. It's all you ever do. Spiritual wisdom keeps this truth front and center. Unlike Western culture, or almost any other culture, spirituality doesn't offer you a list of abstract, contradictory ideas, no matter how nice some of those ideas sound. Instead, spirituality offers you a way to meet your moments. Far from being radically divorced from our lives, then, spirituality is more down to earth and immediate than anything else we've learned. Spirituality is right there with you. It's Western culture that leaves us with a void where it really matters. Spirituality fills a void. But how? And with what? That's what I'll be exploring in the next videos.